Shade 45, we are back. It is the all-out show. Rude, Jude, and Lord Sear.
Yeah, we got a doctor on the line. Hey, say how you say the name again.
Hi,
Sam.
yes, you've got Dr. Emily Drabant Conley on the line.
Hey.
Hello, Dr. Emily Drabant Conley. Thanks for calling up and talking to us.
It's my pleasure.
Now, you're from 23andme.com, and I actually found out about y'all by listening to a podcast. I think it was some NPR podcast. I want to say it was like Freakonomics or some shit like that. And no, it was Radio Lab, and it made me curious about what I'm made out of.
Yes, and we can tell you what you're made out of.
And what we had to do was we spit in this little tube and then mailed it to y'all, and then you told us what we were made of.
Yep. It's pretty amazing. So 23andMe is a DNA testing company, and basically we give anyone access to their genetic information, and we help decode it for you and tell you where you came from, different health things, conditions you might be at risk for, family members that you might have that are also in 23andMe, so you can learn a lot.
Doc, let me ask you this. Like, let's say I got some chick that puts a baby on me. Can I get the baby to spit in the tube, and then I spit in the tube, and you can mail it out, and you tell me if I match?
We do. Yeah, we do test children, and we do tell you who you're related to. So you could find out if you are related to someone else that gets tested with 23andMe.
Has anybody, like, sent in their kid shit and been like, this is not my child, and then they're fucking bummed out?
We do have cases where people find out. It's one of the things we tell you when you sign up. You may learn things you didn't expect. You may find out that someone you thought was your parent wasn't your parent. So we have certainly had cases where that happens. I don't think it's all that common, but it does occur.
That's kind of what I'm worried about right now, because my dad swears that we're Italian. You know what I mean? So I sure hope that we got some Italian.
Well, I can tell you. I can actually tell you. I can tell you about your ancestry. I can tell you we've got a bit of a breakdown here in terms of where you're from. So for Lord Sear, have you looked at your 23andMe results yet?
Yes. So some of them I'm trying to find out who my daddy is.
Okay. So for Lord Sear, and I have a question for you. Before you got tested with 23andMe, if you had to guess, how much of your DNA, like what percentage would you have said was African?
I would say 80%.
Okay. And so your results show that actually 49% of your DNA is African.
Say what?
Damn.
Yeah.
You not even all black. You less black than half of your body.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, you're right at the 50-50 mark. So you have, in addition to having, quite a bit of ancestry from Africa, mostly from West Africa, you also have about 30% of your DNA comes from Europe. So you have family members that are, Northern and Southern European, and then you also have a bit of Native American ancestry, which is pretty cool. So like 6.6% of your DNA is from Native Americans.
Oh, that's where I got that good hair from. Know what I mean? All right.
You're one of the few. We have a lot of people actually that think they have Native American ancestry. It's a pretty common thing, and it's actually not all that common to have Native American ancestry. But so we can tell you.
So what? I have 40% of what European.
Yeah, like 30% European.
Oh shit! Hello.
You white like me. You
yeah.
Cracker. You goddamn cracker ass cracker.
Why you watch your
But then for you, Jude, you do have some Italian ancestry. I know you were a little bit, concerned about that. You do have, you're mostly European, but you do have some Italian ancestry.
Oh, man.
That's cool, because my dad swears that we Italian, but I'm not sure about that. You know what I mean? I'm just, I just go along with it.
Well, so you should get is your dad around still? Can you get him tested?
Yeah, I can get him tested. I can get his ass tested.
That is the easiest way, and then you will know 100% whether or not he's your dad.
So what kind of European am I? I'm just like regular white or what?
You are a mix of Northern and Southern European. You're more Northern than Southern European, so you've got some British and Irish ancestry, some ancestry from Finland, and then on the Southern European, you've got Italian, and then ancestry from the Balkans.
Raka, Finland, bitch. I'm Finland. That's like Finnish.
Oh, they got good vodka.
Yeah.
That's like Vikings.
Cool. You also have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of Jewish ancestry. Like very, 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 very small.
Look at the schnozzle.
See? And it's Passover. You could celebrate.
L'chaim. I got a touch of Jew in me. How much Jewish do I got in me?
Like less than 1%. It's a pretty small percentage, but you have some. So
go on, Pinocchio.
Oh shit! You guys looking at your new boss? You better fucking watch out. I'm about to get promoted.
I'm out of here.
About to get promoted in the company. Y'all in trouble now.
Damn.
All right. What about Sam? Is she just like all motherfucking Chinese or
all right, so Sam. Come back to Sam's. Sam's, for some reason, yours. I think I have the wrong info for you somehow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I got you. Okay, so you, Sam, are 99% East Asian and Native American. So most of your, and then if we like kind of break that down, you're 38% Korean, 11% Japanese, 3% Chinese, and then the rest is kind of general Asian ancestry.
I told you was Chinese.
Look at all that rice.
Yep. Sam, what did you think you were?
I thought I was black.
I don't know. I thought I was mostly Korean, so it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you are. You're 38%, but you do have this 10%, 11% Japanese and 3% Chinese ancestry.
Japanese.
It's kind of
so you
cool.
got more Chinese than I got Jew.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so
pretty
this
awesome.
this is part of what you can find out with your DNA. You can, there are so many people that think that their ancestry is a certain way, and especially people that have any kind of mixed ancestry, and then they find out, you actually see the data in black and white, like these are the numbers, this is where you come from. It's pretty powerful, I think.
So basically, based on the genetics, who's most likely to have AIDS?
Oh
that's not something that I can tell you based on your DNA. That's not something that we test for. That it's not really an analysis that makes sense.
Oh, so don't none of us got AIDS though, so we good.
Oh shit!
Did y'all don't even test for that shit?
No, we don't test for AIDS or HIV.
Oh man, I've been telling girls I was clean all this time because y'all ain't come back with none of that shit.
Yeah,
For
you'll have
real?
to go in for a different test for that.
Oh, word. All right. Okay. All right. What are we most likely to? So, what did you learn from our genetics?
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. So in addition to your ancestry, 23andMe also looks at health and can give you information about your health based on your DNA. And so we all have different things that we may be at risk for or we may be protected against in our DNA, and this is a way to actually take a look at that. So let's see here. So Jude, we will start with you. And
all
you actually, so a couple things come up for you that are interesting. So one is that you are at increased risk for Alzheimer's disease.
Oh, damn.
You retarded motherfucker.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing it already. God damn it.
I forgot.
That's probably the thing that jumps out to me. There's a gene that's linked to Alzheimer's disease that we can test for, and this doesn't mean that you will get Alzheimer's disease. It just means that this is a factor in your risk. So there are other things that can increase or decrease your risk, and genetics is one of them. So this may be.
I should probably chill out on that ketamine then, huh?
Oh yeah.
Because I feel myself getting more retarded the more I do that shit. All right.
So you might want to, exercise would be something that would be very helpful, as would quitting smoking, keeping your mind active. See, then you're ahead of the game.
I'm winning.
That's one thing.
Why would you tell me that shit, man? Like, why would you even say that to me? That's kind of fucked up. Like, goddamn, Alzheimer's for real?
I know.
Hey.
Man.
But would you rather know? I mean, would you rather know? Like, then you can do things about it,
I'm just saying, if any of my loved ones is listening to me, let me do the Alzheimer's shit for like 90 days and then just shoot me.
Yeah, well, this is a common thing. That's the other reason about 25% of people are at increased genetic risk for Alzheimer's disease. That's part of why it's such a common condition. So
right.
you're in good
Is there
company.
anything else bad you need to tell me?
Well, there's not anything else bad.
How is that good?
There's other interesting things, I would say, about you. So
all right.
One is, so tell me, I'm going to ask you a question first. Do you drink coffee or caffeine?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
and can you drink coffee late in the day? Does it bother you? Does it keep you up at night?
No, I can't really drink it late in the day. No.
Okay. So you're a fast caffeine metabolizer, which means that when you drink coffee or caffeine, it gets out of your system pretty quickly. Some people are slow caffeine metabolizers. And so this is, for some people that are fast metabolizers, they actually can seem to be the ones that drink coffee later in the day. I'm a slow metabolizer, and if I have coffee, I like it even past noon, I'm in big trouble. So that's an interesting thing that's based in your DNA.
Okay, all right, that's cool. So I'm better than other people when it comes to coffee. I'm superior.
And let's see here. So another thing that's interesting about you is that you would be sensitive to a medication called warfarin. So it's a commonly prescribed.
What's a warfarin?
Yeah, it's a blood thinner.
Oh.
And it's really commonly prescribed for people that need to have their blood thinned. And
that's why I drink red wine.
It's true. But some people are really sensitive to this. So this is where genetics, I think, is actually pretty cool. That it's kind of intuitive. Like some people respond one way to a medication, and other people, like the same medication doesn't work for them, or it gives them bad side effects. And this is one of those examples that some people need really high doses of warfarin, and some people are hypersensitive to it, and they need lower doses. And you're one of those.
So I don't need that shit.
Well,
all right, man, I'm good. All right.
So
let's talk about Sear. Let's talk about Sear. Is he more susceptible to eating birthday cake than other people?
I love eating cake.
I haven't checked on that. He's not more susceptible to Alzheimer's, so he is average risk there. One thing about Lord Sear that is pretty cool, so we test for this gene that has been associated with being a sprinter. It's a gene that's involved in your fat muscle.
Yeah! I'm running, baby!
And you have 2 good copies. So you can have 0 copies, 1 copy, or 2 copy. And you have 2. You are the cream of the crop. So almost all Olympic sprinters have 2 good copies, and you are in company with the Olympic sprinters.
Yeah!
Winning.
Baby.
Sprint to the buffet line.
That's right. Go to corral. Keep that on.
Yes.
For me, baby.
Now, so that's pretty awesome. But one thing that was really interesting about you, Lord Sear, is that you actually, so there's this condition, you've probably never heard of it. It's called G6PD deficiency. And it's basically an enzyme that we have that protects our red blood cells. And some people they have a copy of the gene that is damaged, and so they actually can have damage to their red blood cells. And you happen to be missing a copy of this particular gene for G6PD deficiency. It's more common in people who have African ancestry, and it can lead to anemia. Sometimes people that have this, they're jaundiced when they're newborns. So I don't know. Do you know when you have you ever had anemia or any? Were you jaundiced as a baby?
No, I wasn't. No.
No.
Is he more susceptible to illiteracy?
No, or not eating birthday cake.
Yeah, cocksucker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Sam. What's Sam gonna die of?
Okay.
Oh, God damn.
Well, it's not quite like that. Let's see here, Sam. Let's take a look at you.
Why would you come on the phone and say I'm gonna turn retarded when I get older, man? That's fucked up, Doc. Like I was having a good day.
So, Sam, you are, let's see here. So you are at just a slightly increased risk of atrial fibrillation, which is basically like when your heart muscles have a little bit of an irregular rhythm.
Okay.
So nothing huge pops out there. And then you're actually at decreased risk for a whole bunch of things. So you're at reduced risk for arthritis and for restless leg syndrome. You've got some good genes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, she's a skinny little thing.
But on the ancestry side, I know we're in health, but I have to say, this is pretty fascinating to me. Both Jude and Lord Sear you have cousins in 23andMe that are really closely related to you.
What?
Yeah, this is fascinating. I want to talk to you guys about this. So we can tell if people are related based on their DNA because we can see your DNA. And if your dad had been tested, you'd have 50% of your DNA is the same. It's identical. And so we can use that to basically compare you to everyone else that's ever done 23andMe and see who your relatives are. And for you, Jude, you have a second cousin in 23andMe. It's a man, and that means that you guys have the same great-grandfather. or great grandmother.
Wait. Oh, for real? I got. Is it Morgan Freeman?
You have to log in and find. You can see his name's in there, so you have to log in and take a look.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, cool. And what about Sear? Who's he related to?
You also have a second cousin, which is pretty crazy. For comparison, I only have third and fourth cousins. I don't have anyone as close. So you also have a confirmed second cousin, meaning you share a great-grandparent. So there are, ways that you can connect with people. We've had all kinds of interesting family connections.
Is he white?
I don't know. But if you can message him through 23andMe, and then you can find out. You guys can share your profiles together.
I'd be like, "What son you guys need?"
I'm not talking to that motherfucker. He's gonna ask me for money.
I actually just messaged someone on 23andMe.com.
You did?
Yeah, because a fifth cousin of mine, from Korea.
Don't nobody want to talk to you, old fifth cousin ass motherfucker. Fifth cousin. Sear and I might as well be fifth cousins. That shit don't matter.
But and Sam, you actually have some potential third cousins in here. So you've got some people that are also relatives of yours that you could connect with, find out things you didn't know about your family history.
Well, Doc, I want to thank you for calling up and just kind of shedding some light on all of this shit. Thanks for telling me.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. It was great, and I'm glad we got to go through your health results. We're not currently providing health results to new customers, so you guys got in before we changed that feature, but that will be coming back eventually. And it was really fun looking at your profiles.
Thank you. So who's the best? Out of who's got the most superior blood?
Lord Sear.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That is the thought I'm going to leave you with.
Oh, come on, man.
So much.
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Right. That was Dr. Emily. God, I'm going to fuck her name up. Drabant Conley. Drabant Conley from 23andMe. You guys should go to 23andMe, too. Maybe you got some Indian in you. Maybe you got some Native American in you, like Sam and Sear. Or maybe you're going to fucking die of Alzheimer's like me. Which is really tragic. This is a real tragic fucking thing.
Or maybe you could be a runner like me.
Maybe you got some superior Asian genes.
You could be a sprinter.
Maybe you naturally know karate, or you're part Jewish like myself.
And you can run fast like a motherfucker, just like me.
Yeah, I know, right? They said that you got both the sprinter genes. What a goddamn waste.
I can run. That's all I can do.
There's all these motherfuckers actually training to sprint and shit, and you got both the genes and not even using that shit.
Man, listen. When I lose this weight, you watch.
All right, let's play some music and come on back.